why discipline is freedom. But first and foremost, if you fuck with the content, if you've been watching my videos and you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, gang. Go ahead, turn us up. Let's get more engagement. Let's get more interaction. Let's get more people onto this game. Now, first and foremost, when it comes to discipline, you have to realize that discipline is in everything, right? Once again, discipline is not just you waking up early. It's just not you tracking your calories. It's not just you going to the gym. Discipline is life. Discipline is order. Discipline is ordained. You feel me? Everything in life has a strict amount of discipline. For example, if trees didn't have discipline, they wouldn't stay firm, right? If buildings didn't have discipline, they wouldn't stay firm, right? If your apartment building didn't have discipline, you would not wake up in your bed every morning, right? You would probably wake up in a sewer dam, or you would wake up in West Bubblefuck because there would no longer be an apartment building, right? So once again, your mindset has to open up. If you stay with the closed-mindedness of this is this and that is that, it's going to be hard for you to accomplish things in life, because the individuals in life, right? All these motherfuckers that hustle culture, sell you courses, all of these different people are selling you something that has a system in place, right? Every time that you click on something and you get redirected to something else, or every time you click on someone's page and they sell you on something that they have secretly going on the back end, but they sell you with the video, like all of that is a system, and the system is working itself, right? Putting y'all on game, right? Let's say, for instance, you guys do what I do, which is you guys do YouTube, right? Let's say, for instance, you wanted to be a curator, right? Or you wanted to have a clothing brand that you wanted to promote on your YouTube channel. You would have to promote your clothing brand from the emphasis of, okay, this is how you also get big on YouTube with the clothing brand. Why? Because individuals want to know how to do what you're doing. They don't really give a fuck about what you're doing. They want to know how you're doing it, right? Same with the self-improvement niche, right? People want to know how you wake up early. People want to know how you eat healthy. People want to know what your days consist of, right? And people will watch you consecutively because they want this information, right? So when it comes to anything that you do, right, whether it be waking up for work, whether it be showing up after your work for your 5 to 9, right? We talk about the 5 to 9. The 5 to 9 is the most important, because once again, you're not going to get anywhere with your 9 to 5, bro. Like, you may stay at your 9 to 5 and you may work your ass off and climb up the corporate ladder, and you may do a lot of marvelous things. But when we be realistic with ourselves, we know that our 9 to 5 is a placeholder, right? Everybody that watches my channel, bro, I want you guys to strive for the highest height, right? If you started at your job and you are a sales representative, right, and your highest position at your job is, you feel me, a portfolio manager, or, you know, a office manager, or HR, or whatever, right? Strive for that, right? Don't get stagnated, because when you get stagnant at your job, you get stagnant in life. And when you get stagnant in life, you stop moving, meaning you stop evolving. And we know that all the soul wants to do is just simply evolve. So when you stop giving the soul what it wants, what's going to happen is your life is going to start getting chaotic, right? Because, for emphasis, I'm 20 right now. My brain doesn't stop. It literally doesn't stop developing until I'm 25 years old. So which means that I have about another 5 years, close to 6, because I just turned 20, that my brain is going to go through a massive amount of change, alongside of me educating myself daily, alongside of me working out, alongside of me journaling, alongside of me getting my 3 W's in, like we speak about a lot on this channel, right? So when you allow discipline to not be, oh, I have to wake up early, right? Oh, I have to go to work, right? Or I have to do this specific task. You allow your brain to now become obsessed with the growth, right? There's a reason why fat pieces of shit, and I'm just being honest, right, can walk into a gym and feel overwhelmed with what they're seeing, right? It's kind of like if you're from an impoverished environment and you now get into a space where you're like, holy shit, there's all these big skyscrapers, there's all these Lambos and Ferraris and etc., right? You're going to be thinking that these things are above you, right? Because your frequency is not aligned with this. And if you haven't watched that frequency video that I just posted, go and tap into that as well. But when it comes to your frequency, right, it doesn't matter if you don't have $1 in your bank account. If your frequency is on the frequency of being a millionaire, you're a millionaire, right? If your frequency is healthy and you're taking the daily practices to be healthy, you're healthy, right? So if you're in the gym consecutively, right, it doesn't matter what you look like in the mirror right now. If you can envision what you want your destination to look like, you'll get to your destination. Why? Because I'm already walking towards it, right? So when you second guess yourself with talking to a girl, when you second guess yourself with your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, you have to realize that you're not only fucking you up, you're fucking the future version of you up, because all of these downloads that we get, all of these creative inspirations we get, a lot of that is coming from the future version of you that has done it, right? That is the business owner, that is the artist, that is the creative, that is this marvelous, great individual, right? A lot of that is just a signal from the future version of you as to what you are supposed to be doing right now. And I know that sounds crazy, right? But that's really a lot of individuals calling, and they don't realize and they can't break down what that even is. But a lot of times that's what that is, bro. You feel me? It's something egging you right now to get in the gym, right? It's something egging you right now to get more financially literate. It's something egging you right now to become more knowledgeable. It's something egging you right now to leave your job and get into a better position. It's just something egging you. You don't know what it is. You're trying to rationalize it. You're trying to say, okay, it's this, okay, it's that. Because as humans, we want left to be left and we want right to be right, especially if you're a male, right? We like to rationalize everything. So a lot of times when you have a higher calling, there's some things that you just cannot rationalize. Like there's certain things that are going to happen and they're just going to happen, right? And you have to be able to have the spiritual output to pour into yourself and to find the key in yourself, right? Because once again, we're never going to get led astray, right? We're never going to be in this world and not know, right? That's just not how the universe works. Everything that we need, we have. And everything that we don't have, we don't need, right? So whether that's you right now, right, watching my videos, and you may be inspired by my videos and you may think my videos are very inspirational or motivational, but not knowing that a lot of these videos that you're watching, you're resonating with, is just your call to action, right? A lot of the videos that I make and you really love is really, it's just your call to action, bro. It's literally the universe sending you the sign to say, go and start that business. It's the universe sending you the sign to say, go get the gym membership. It's the universe literally sending a sign from me to you to say, yes, you are the greatest right now. Stop second guessing yourself. That's it. That's all. Like, it's not that overly complicated, bro. So this is what I mean when I say discipline is freedom, because discipline is life, right? Once again, doesn't matter if you eat cookies and chips and donuts and all of these different things that poison the body. If you're doing this consistently, you're doing this in a disciplined fashion. You're just going against your body, right? So if you put that same discipline that you're going against yourself with and put yourself in a winning position, like, okay, if I'm waking up and I'm eating donuts, how about I wake up and I fast, right? Let's say, for instance, I'm trying to lose 100 pounds. If I wake up and I meditate and I do breath work, right? And I journal and I do deep work for at least 2 hours, I'm doing so much that I'm getting ahead of my old self so much that I'm getting light years ahead of everybody else, right? Because once again, we know that majority of everyone is doing the same thing every day that they wake up. So it's not about the competition aspect of it, but it's about the where do you want to be, right? This is why I tell you guys, the competition should always be your old self versus the version of you that you see in the mirror every single day. It should never be you against your friends. It should never be you against your homies or you against somebody that you don't know on social media, right? It should always be, I'm going to beat my old self, right? I'm going to beat the laziness and kill the laziness. I'm going to kill my habits that no longer serve me, right? I'm going to kill the mindset that no longer serves me. I'm going to kill the ego that no longer serves me, right? And a lot of these things are going to take a long period of time because these are things that have been built over a long period of time, right? So be patient with yourself as well, but know that you already are disciplined. The biggest lie that we were ever told is that we aren't disciplined, is that we don't obtain discipline, you know what I'm saying, naturally through law. Like, that's naturally what happens, bro. Like, once again, the fat fuck that wakes up and eats donuts and chips and cookies and strawberry cupcakes is as disciplined as the motherfucker that's in the gym, that's reading, that's eating healthy, and that's doing these things that are going to get them to their destination. You are just doing things consecutively and disciplined to the point where you're not getting anywhere because you're doing activities that are stagnating you, right? So, listen, 2025 can be your year. 2025 can be the year that you turn a new page. 2025, matter of fact, is the year that you get in the gym. 2025 is the year that you structure these habits and structure your life in an ordained fashion to where you can get work done. 2025 is the year that you organize. 2025 is the year that you cut distractions and you minimize the things in your life that are no longer conducive, right? So let's say, for instance, I got homies. And every time I talk to my homies, it's always some drama. It's always some gossip. It's always some bullshit, right? What you do with this situation is you slowly start to pull away. And what you're doing is you're doing, I want to say it's a experimentation, right? You feel me? It's kind of like a controlled experiment, per se. What you're doing is you pulling away is you seeing how much your presence really matters. And it's not you doing it for the art of the situation. It's doing it for the art of, okay, let me see how much I can actually get done, right? Because I know me being around my homies, and let's say you've been around these niggas for your entire life. You've been around these niggas for the past 15 years, 20 years, whatever, right? You pulling away from them, right? And you actually doing the work that needs to be done. You in the gym, you're focused, you're not on social media, right? You're doing what you need to do. What this is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to evaluate your situations. So if I'm playing basketball on the court and then I step off so I can see the floor and I can see the game being played, I'm going to be able to be better at the game than I already am, because not only am I playing it, I'm watching it, right? So what's going to now happen is now you're going to look at things from all sides of life, not just one dimensional. So when you pull back from a situation like this, what you're going to realize is okay, are these individuals actually in my corner? Do these individuals actually want me to win? Do I hear from these individuals when I, I'm doing very good and I'm on my shit and I'm doing something that's conducive? Or do I hear from these individuals when they need something or it's advantageous, or you feel me, things of that sort? But you won't be able to really recognize that, and you won't be able to really see that in its format, especially if you're moving really fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing a lot of different things throughout the day. You're not going to be able to really realize that shit, because sometimes you have to get sat down to see what's right in front of you, right? So I would say try that, and I would say try that with everything, right? If you have bad eating habits, I would say allow yourself, first and foremost, to sit down with these habits and slowly start removing these things, right? One at a time. Slowly start removing the cookies and replacing them with fruit. Slowly start removing the donuts and replacing those with some water, right? You feel me? Like, slowly start replacing these habits with something else. Because when you rid the body of something, you have to replace it with something. I can't remove something out of the cookie jar and not put it back, because now it's going to be just empty, right? So use that same mindset and use that same mind frame for when you go forward with life and when you do different things, so that you can realize where you actually want to go and you can see it, rather than it being untangible or it being something that you don't believe you can materialize. See it first, touch it, and obtain it. Hey, I love y'all, man. Look, once again, if you mess with the video, if you mess with the content, if you tapped in, go ahead, subscribe, go ahead, comment. Let me know if y'all fucking with the content, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, just let me know whatever video you might tap in, whether it was my frequency video, whether this video, if it was a video prior to that, my shorts. Let me know what got you here, bro. You feel me? I got a Gmail in there, you know, tap in with me. Let me know. You feel me? But links is down below. TikTok, Instagram. Tap in with it, man. Once again, let's grow this family. Let's get out to the world. Let's really engage with the world. And let's blow this channel the fuck up, man. Hey, I'm out. Love y'all.